Do you have that sound effect?
Installment.
No, I don't. I need to have that sound effect.
Just have that just for
Frankie.
Frankie.
In the last installment of Incredible Critics. I thought it was a great entry into the series. In addition to that, I also finished a podcast called Limetown, and it's an audio drama, like sci-fi horror-ish. And but the real mystery is, why did you actually let Frankie join the call?
Well, it's not like I could
fear.
stop him.
Listeners, Frankie is here.
We are the Incredible Critics. Incredible not because we're great, but because our credibility should seriously be in question. I am Ben Franco. This week, we are talking what's on, a little bit of movie news, and catching up about our summer movie wager. Joining me, as always, Tim Lasers Gruber.
Guess who's back again?
And Andrew, Big Tuna, Dr. Thunder, more.
I don't have any M&M to open with, so hi, Ben.
You will notice that one voice is interestingly absent, despite his common assurance that he's going to show us how easy it is to have a child.
He argued
Franklin.
that it would be after the baby was born that there
Yeah.
wouldn't be any issues.
Well, that's what he says now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is a baby interruption, Frankie.
Totally. Yep, he'll be out for the next 2 weeks because he's in baby classes where they will, where he will not pass the test at the end and will not be able to be the father to his child.
He's
He'll
learning
not-
Lamaze.
He'll not be allowed to
Not be allowed. Yep. Yep. Not allowed.
not
not
be
allowed.
certified. Look,
Yeah.
if you're not certified a dad by the end of that class, sorry,
You can't have a child.
tough luck.
He'll never admit it on the podcast, but we know that he'll be wrong. He'll never admit it. I'm confident of that, but we'll know. We'll know. Tim, how's your week been?
It's been good. We had a kind of a crazy week. Got to do a little bit of a whirlwind adventure down to Charleston to see some friends. And so that was fun. So we did download some stuff on Netflix. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I gotta say, I like that feature where you can download some stuff and then
Right.
get on the plane that has really bad Wi-Fi that doesn't actually work anyways.
Yep.
Solid.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty great. Tuna, anything interesting happening in your life?
Shot 3 graduation commencement ceremonies over the weekend, so that was fun. And
That
edited
sounds
all of them.
terrible.
3.
I mean, I count it not too bad because it's all small town high schools. So the biggest graduating class for the one high school is, I think, maybe 130 kids.
So not as
So-
long of a list.
Yeah, no, the
to get
ceremony is
through
only
for
like-
each of them.
Yeah, only like an hour and a half to 2 hours each.
My high school graduating class, 21 people.
Nice.
21 people. Yep.
Where did you go to school?
A little Christian school in upstate New York.
Ah,
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that explains it.
Yep.
It's probably too expensive for everybody else. Right, Ben?
I can give that. I'm gonna give Frankie some more fodder here. My graduating class is 1. 'cause
Was
it's
one.
homeschooled.
Yeah, homeschooled. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go, Frankie. There's some freebies there.
So
for
you were magna cum laude, summa cum laude,
also
She was
the,
valedictorian.
and valedictorian,
yeah, and worst student in my class as well. So
and salutatorian.
uh-huh.
All right, let's go ahead and kick into it and talk about what we've been watching and what's on. Tim, you were watching some stuff on your trip.
Yeah. So I was trying to get like an audiobook to listen to. I had an audiobook that expired the day before our trip, and I had 5 hours left to listen to it.
I
Thanks,
can't.
library.
I can't do audiobooks.
I
can't do them.
So when I do audiobooks, I have to like really manage my podcast listening time. and like disperse the. Anyways, it didn't work out. So yeah, we had started watching maybe 2 weeks ago this show on Netflix called Zumbo's Just Desserts,
Okay.
and it's essentially a dessert competition show where somebody gets eliminated every week, and Zumbo is like Australian Willy Wonka. He's like this master dessert man, and he's like all bald, and he wears like really bright shoes and like normal chef clothes.
The Zumbo man can.
Yeah, right. Legit, they were like, let's just do this entire set like if Willy Wonka had a dessert game show. And like there's like giant colors of stuff everywhere and like art deco, I don't know, it's really cool. So it was, but there's one season on Netflix. Pretty much I think everybody on the show is Australian except one of the other hosts. So Zumbo is on there and he's Australian. Then there's this host, Rachel something. She's British, and she's probably from one of those other British cooking shows.
Yeah.
And then there's the what always gets me every time is he has an assistant that he brought on the show for whatever reason, who's like his top assistant. Her name is Gigi. She must be French, but she has like a French Australian accent. And so every time she says stuff, it's so fun to listen to her. She's just like, the time starts now. Like, what is going on?
Oh, this sounds terrible.
And then, well, no, it's really, honestly, it's the best. Like, there's that other show we talked about maybe a month ago on the show here that's called Nailed It.
Nailed it. Yeah.
And Nailed It, like I don't like the host. I don't like the way that they do the hosting and it's like really loosey goosey and kind of weird. This is like Food Network quality, and they're all Australian, so it's like extra fun. And the desserts are crazy. So seriously, people should check that out. At least check out the one episode. It might be the 4th episode where they make kids' birthday cakes and they have to do their own like really crazy kids' birthday cakes. And they're just out of control. Like they're nuts. The one lady has a monster. It looks like a monster with fur. And you cut into it and there's like goo in the middle that goops out.
Oh, wow.
It was so good. And the kids were like, whoa, look at that. So anyways, there's only kids on that episode, but that's what we did. That's pretty much.
That's it. There's just that season. You just binge that season.
Just that.
Nice.
We tried to re-download Ready Player One to watch it again because we hadn't probably since we got it, and it was Brittany's choice. I just want you guys to know that.
Props.
Yeah, that's my lady. But it didn't happen. It didn't download right because hotel Wi-Fi. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Tuna, what have you been watching?
I have a couple items that I would like to go through very quickly, but I just want to start it out with something that Frankie interrupted me with last week.
I was gonna say we never circled back to that and and let you finish talking about that podcast. So go ahead.
So I only mention it because it's kind of cinematic as a podcast can be, because it's an audio drama fiction series, and it's called Limetown, and it has 2 seasons total, and it's a fictional like retelling of this investigative report by this journalist from a fictional radio station, company called APR. It's supposed to be kind of like a play off of NPR.
Okay.
And the reporter, Leah Haddock, is kind of narrating her findings almost like it's a docu-series. It has like these interviews and fictional news clips taken from television networks and stuff about the mysterious overnight disappearance of over 300 men, women, and children of this town that is the basis for this scientific research facility in Tennessee called Limetown. And there was like this massive panic in the town. They called for emergency services, and by the time the press arrived to find out what was happening, the whole town had been quarantined. And in the morning, when people were finally allowed to see what was happening, all the inhabitants had disappeared, and the rest of the series is like an unraveling of what happened. Are there any survivors now? Where are they? And then the second season takes a pretty big twist as far as who's telling the story at this point. It's really, really good. The production quality is top notch.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Are there only 2 seasons? Are there going to be more?
There's only 2 seasons. There is also a book that's kind of like I guess it's a prequel, but that's it so far. It's also been adapted. It's going to be adapted as a TV series, kind of on Facebook Watch, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Jessica Biel.
So
Wow.
have you
Gonna
guys
be
watched
leading
anything that Facebook has been making?
I watched the Steph Curry documentary series, a few episodes of that. I mean, Facebook Watch, they're putting
putting
everything
money.
they have behind it.
Yes. Right.
So, I mean, that sounds like it could be really good.
Like, because I watched some of Will Smith's thing where he's like Will Smith's bucket list or whatever.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna do something crazy every week that I never want to do.
Yep.
There's one where he has to learn how to do a stand-up set, and Dave Chappelle is on part of that. And there's like one where he skydives or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
jumps off of a helicopter.
That sounds
Nice.
Yeah.
Last 2
Okay.
things, just to get this over with, then is I watched the first episode of the Chernobyl miniseries on HBO.
I've heard it's amazing.
yeah, me too.
I'm hooked by the first episode. Joe Carry On recommended it to me, and
Oh, well then it's got to be garbage.
I got him.
He's a Nolan fanboy like you. You at least
Yeah, I know. Frankie's not here, so I had to step in.
Somebody has to
fair
say it.
enough.
He's a VIP listener. Somebody has to.
Right.
Joe, thank you for introducing me to it and letting me use your account. It's good. It's great so far, just from the first episode that I've had the time to watch. I also watched a little bit of the E3 convention. Have you seen any of that stuff, Tim?
Oh man, we
Dude,
should
come
have
on,
done a
of
whole
course.
segment on that.
Of course,
Keanu
Tim
Reeves?
has.
Keanu Reeves revealed
Keanu
for
Reeves came
Cyberpunk
out for
2077?
Cyberpunk. Yes.
Did you hear what happened to the guy in the audience?
No.
So at one point, Keanu Reeves describing this game and saying, the visuals and everything about it is breathtaking. And somebody in the crowd yelled, "You're breathtaking" to him, and everybody just cracked up. But apparently, CD Projekt Red has said they're going to give that guy who yelled that a free copy of the game when it's finished.
Yo, he
Nice.
should be. They should put him in as
They
a
should put him
cameo.
in. Yeah, they definitely should
So-
put him in.
Just to note, Keanu Reeves is in the game, but he's not the character you play as.
So-
He's like,
Nobody cares.
but it's Keanu.
Keanu.
It's gonna be. It looks nuts. It looks crazy. But him coming out, that was like a showstopper. People were like, "What?"
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Blew everybody's minds.
Yeah, but I mean, there are many movies that there are several examples of things that he's been in or involved in recently that show that he's just having fun with life, and it's awesome.
True that.
That's true. That's true.
Speaking of having fun, Ben, you and I have also watched some Black Mirror.
Yeah. I've only watched the first episode of the latest season. You've seen all of them, I think?
No, just this. I watched half of the first episode and then the third episode.
Oh, okay.
That's a pop star one or something.
Yeah,
With
I
is
was-
that Paul and Miley Cyrus?
yeah, it has Miley Cyrus in it.
Okay.
I won't spoil anything about the plot, but I will say, like,
Is she just like a robotic Hannah Montana in the future?
not really.
Oh,
but
okay.
there's, like, robotic stuff in it. It's probably the most over the top Black Mirror episode. Like, as far as it's kind of unbelievable.
And that's saying something because it's Black Mirror.
Yeah,
What?
most of them still feel like as outrageous as they are, kind of grounded.
Yeah.
And this one, there's a few parts where like I was pulled out of it because I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah. Overall, I'm feeling like this is going to be a pretty weak season.
There's only 3 episodes.
There's-
Do you think they put too much into the Choose Your Own
Bandersnatch?
Adventure? Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe. The other thing that it feels like they're trying to do is like, it almost feels to me like they're trying to get back to the old way. Like it feels, I mean, I've only seen one episode, but the episode I saw feels like it could have been out of season 2.
Mhm.
And also going back to 3 episodes, which is season 1 and season 2 were only 3 episodes, whereas season 3 and season 4 were 6 episodes. So it's interesting. That being said, even a bad episode of Black Mirror is still one of the most creative things you'll watch on television.
That's true.
They're good vid angels.
for pretty much
Yeah, I
all
forgot
of
how
them.
much
Pretty
language
much
is in the show.
I'm
all
trying
of
to think if there's any that are like. I guess San Junipero is close.
That's probably
That might be the
closest we're gonna
closest.
get.
That's like
Yeah,
but,
no, most of them are good videos.
look,
Playtest. Well, swearing a lot in playtest.
yeah. Look,
But
if they're putting extra attention on maybe like a spin-off series for the USS Callister, I'm in. I'm all in. Then that's fine with me.
Yeah. USS Callister was probably the cleanest, actually. Now that I think.
Well,
about it.
there's some. Is that one gory though?
No.
I don't remember it being gory.
There's okay. Yeah, and
But,
it's
yeah,
not.
it's-
It's not. I don't think that one was even super heavy language wise.
Anyway, Black Mirror. You
Hmm.
just have to go in cautiously. It's really great television. but-
Cautiously pessimistic.
Yes, and with the day. Yeah. So anyway, I'm curious to see how the other two episodes of the fifth season. Tuna, was there something else that you want to talk about, or is that it? I can't remember.
That's all I had this
Okay.
week.
So I've been watching a few different things this week. My wife and I watched Always Be My Maybe. Did we talk about that on the show or just text about it? I can't remember.
I don't, because I wasn't on the last few episodes.
That's right. I don't think
So-
we talked about it.
No, because we watched that 2 weeks ago.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, that is just like I can get on board with rom-coms like that.
Yeah, that was like more of a calm.
Yeah.
With the it had just enough of like the Hallmark stuff that Frankie really loves.
That he loves.
But it was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I don't think I like the actors that they had. They had some
Yeah.
surprises. Don't
Don't watch any of the
watch any
trailers because they give
trailers or
it
anything.
away.
Now, look, I did see a trailer and I didn't even know some of the surprise stuff in
I mean,
there.
even the Facebook marketing was like all
Yes.
about that.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
like, what are
blowing
you
up.
doing?
They just want more people to watch it, I guess.
It's true.
But it's funnier if you don't know anything about
Yeah.
it going in. But basically, I mean, yeah, it has a lot of those kind of Hallmark touches or whatever, but
Yeah. I mean, speaking of Hallmark touches, the other movie that I saw was Instant Family, starring Mark Wahlberg
there's Hallmark touches.
and Rose Byrne.
Yeah.
It is a step above Hallmark quality,
Yeah.
but still has those moments.
I think, yeah, and it has those moments. I think it was more that it was closer to like I don't want to say it was a commercial for foster care kind of a thing, but
I mean,
it basically was. But it was a lot better than I thought it would be.
yeah.
Yeah, we watched that maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's really solid. And without going into detail, there's just a lot of things from my own personal experiences that I saw reflected in the film. And it's amazing. I have relatives who are either currently foster kids in our family, or were adopted out of foster in our family. And so it's really cool to have a story about that. I love Rose Byrne. I think she's awesome and
Good girl.
hilarious. Yeah, it's like Brie Larson, Jessica Chastain, Rose Byrne.
Oh, okay.
That's
Is that
probably the list.
that's the order? Okay,
Probably
good.
the list. No, I just think she's great. Ever since Damages, if you've never seen Damages, it's a fantastic show and she stars in it. Yeah, so Instant Family, it is a glorified Hallmark film, but it's totally worth watching.
It's definitely better because they're not like trying to rip at your heartstrings for some fake.
No,
love
it's genuinely
story.
funny.
Yes, there's funny and it's really like genuine. Like if you haven't even had any, because I also have family that's doing foster care, and like if you haven't had any kind of contact with that kind of thing, it's
pretty spot on.
yeah, it's eye opening though for people
Yep.
who have no reference. So
Absolutely.
that's cool.
Absolutely. Well, lastly, we're going to talk about some movie news and our summer movie wager. That's right. I always forget that we took out the end to that one.
Oh yeah, we
Always
did.
forget. Yep. All right. In movie news. Wow. So, Tim, you want to talk about how bad Dark Phoenix is doing?
Oh, it's doing so bad. Wow.
I will
Opening
remember
weekend,
you.
33 million total in the US.
So this is the finale to the X-Men franchise of movies that's been going on since like 2001.
Yes, essentially, yeah. And so there's been today specifically, there's been a lot of articles coming out. I think it was Hollywood Reporter had some inside scoops on people who are in the know and that were in the studio. And it's what it sounds like is Apocalypse had some pretty X-Men Apocalypse didn't make a lot of money compared to what they expected. It was like a big cut from Days of Future Past. And so also it was fan and critic was like down on that big time. And it sounds like the execs took the wrong criticisms
Yeah.
and thought, oh, well, it was just because maybe there was too much spectacle. So let's do an X-Men movie with maybe a little bit less spectacle, and let's do X, Y, and Z. And it was pretty much all the wrong, all the wrong things. And so then they got the guy who, Simon Kinberg he's been in the background of a lot of these movies, producing and stuff. I think he also helped write the Fantastic Four from 2015. And so they took him and said he should be the director of the movie.
Naturally.
And he convinced all the people to come back for one last go at it. And man, this is such a sad note to go out on.
Currently sits at a 23% in Rotten Tomato. The audience score is 64%. So at least audiences are somewhat enjoying it. But yeah, doesn't look too good. Like Tuna said, only 33 million in its opening weekend. Still in second for the opening weekend behind The Secret Life of Pets 2.
Hey.
Surprise.
And that leads us
box office
into talking about our summer movie wager because I'm not feeling good about having The Secret Life of Pets 2 at number 5 above Aladdin.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So currently, so for those of you that didn't listen to our summer movie wager episode, we have a summer movie wager where we try to pick the top 10 movies of the summer based on domestic gross box office. Go back and listen to that episode to hear all of our top 10s, but we just wanted to check in on how we were doing. Currently, Tuna leads with
That's gonna change fast.
47 points, but he also has Dark Phoenix at 10, which Rob's not.
No, I have Dark Phoenix as one of my dark horses.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You have Dark Phoenix as one of your dark horses.
No, that's Frankie has it as
The website is what. Yeah. Anyway,
I have a feeling that you're gonna come out on top with Toy Story 4, Ben. As far as you and I go.
yeah. I mean, we'll see. I have Toy Story 4 at number 2, and I think that has a good shot. But The Secret Life of Pets 2 at number 5 for me is way overreaching. And Tim, you're looking pretty good with
I'm
Aladdin
kind of
at
middle of the road. But yeah, I think I got a good lineup. We'll see. Like, I didn't do John Wick 3 at all.
Yeah.
I don't think
And
I even had it. And I think it just got pushed out for some reason. I probably should have done John Wick instead of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We'll see what happens. As a dark horse. But other than that, yeah, I like my lineup. And the only thing I'd be worried about is honestly, because I do still have Aladdin above The Lion King. The Lion King will have less time in the summer movie wager to box office,
but it'll still have like a month and a half.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I should have put in Hobbs and Shaw over Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think. too.
Yeah.
Okay, so just an update. Frankie has the Dark Phoenix as number 8.
As number 8, nailed it. Hey,
Shows how much of a nerd he really is.
look, in Frankie's defense, if he believes that Rocket Man can make 6, why wouldn't Dark Phoenix make 8?
I mean, you know,
Yeah, that's probably like the worst pick of the entire thing.
Mm.
I don't even know where. Let's see. Rocket Man currently sits at 50 million.
mm.
Nope.
I mean, it is higher than Dark Phoenix.
I mean, yeah, but
Look
not
at
in
that
its
Dark
opening
Horse
weekend.
long shot, though.
Yeah, historically, I think everything in the top 10 last year did at least it was at over 130 million.
I was gonna
think.
say like 125, like 120 to 125 million is pretty much like the lowest point. So I guess just here's what we can do. What do you think is your biggest, like what is the thing in your top 10 that scares you the most? Obviously for Frankie, it should be Rocket Man and Dark Phoenix. For me, it is The Secret Life of Pets 2 at number 5. Sorry. Tim, what do you think is like that one that could get you?
It's tough. Maybe Toy Story. I honestly think Toy Story's gonna make more than Godzilla 2. The more I see about Toy Story, the more I think people are actually gonna be hyped for it.
Because it's Toy Story.
Well, but it is,
The
but there's
marketing for it is so late in the
well,
game.
that's what I was gonna say. Is it looked fun, but it's Toy Story. Okay, people are hyped, but there's a lot of people our age that are also like a little bit like, man, we grew up with Toy Story, and we're like, Toy Story 3 ended perfectly for people our age.
That's what my mindset was until I've seen the more recent material for it.
Right. Because today I was seeing some behind the scenes of people recording, and what's her name from that Netflix movie is in it, I believe.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, I could care less about it until I started seeing more stuff for it. And I'm like, okay, I might like this.
I said, why didn't they lead with Keanu Reeves is a stuntman toy?
Yeah.
No brainer.
No brainer.
I mean, I probably still won't see it in theaters, but I mean, I would like to, but I probably won't.
I'm most happy about my pick in Toy Story 4, and I'm least happy about my pick of the Secret Life of Pets 2. I have no confidence in that. Yeah, go ahead, Tuna.
About my number 7 pick for Aladdin. I thought it was gonna bomb way worse than it did. Like, it's Disney, it's a Disney remake, but the press for it was so bad. It looked so. I mean, in my opinion, it looked really bad from the trailers, but apparently it's really good. Actually,
It is good.
Yeah, currently sits at 232 million.
Nothing about the marketing made that movie look good to me at all.
Tim's looking pretty good with that at number 3.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man is still gonna come in as number 2. I know people are like, all right, Avengers ended. I know all this stuff, but all the stuff that's come out for the new Spider-Man since Endgame, it looks fresh still and fun and like a good continuance out of that. It'll be good.
People still need some closure a little bit.
Yeah, it'll help. Yeah, that's the thing. It'll help people process some of the Endgame stuff because you're kind of watching how Peter processes it and moves forward, and also how Sam Jackson, how Nick Fury processes things, and how he's like, we got to do this, Spider-Man. It'll be good.
Spooderman.
So Tim, which pick makes you go,
oh, well, no, I think Toy Story 4 is going to be higher than I put it.
Okay, gotcha.
I think I'm going to miss out on some good points. I honestly thought Detective Pikachu would be making more money by now.
It's really dropped off, yeah.
The fact that John Wick 3 made more money, because again, I didn't have John Wick on mine at all. I thought it would be successful, but
successful for that type of movie is 100 million.
Exactly. So I didn't know how. I didn't think it would make it. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. Well, we'll have to see how that all plays out. I think this goes through like the beginning of September, I want to say. I think it's through whatever other holiday that is. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll try to double check while you're.
Yeah, I think September 2nd.
Okay.
September 2nd. So we'll see how that goes out. And the winner of the wager gets to pick a movie that everybody else has to watch.
I think maybe closer to the end, maybe we should reveal our picks. I don't know. Tell us
Yeah,
on
I
our
definitely
Facebook
have
page
picks. I
if
definitely
you.
thought about it.
Yeah, tell us on our Facebook page if you want us to reveal our picks early, just to spice it up.
We could do that. Because then, yeah, then that might change who we're rooting for to win. Oh man! Well, until next week, Tuna, where can people connect with us?
They can find us at facebook.com/incrediblecritics, Twitter at 3critics pod, Instagram at Incredible Critics, and be sure to subscribe and leave a review on our iTunes and let us know what you think.
And next week, who knows what we'll be talking about? We got nothing lately. But Frankie won't be back, so it's worth tuning in just for that.
Hey.
So until next week, we're the Incredible Critics.
You know, I'm actually super excited for the Dead Don't Die. That looks so good.
That
Oh,
looks
yeah.
really funny and it's so weird.
Yep.
I love Adam Driver. You know, ghouls.
Ghouls.
He's really solid as an actor. Really solid.
I agree.
Specifically because of Star Wars. Good. You're right, Ben.
Yep.
You're right.
That's Star Wars. I mean, here's X-Men, the X-Men series. We always think about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it really started with X-Men. They have 13 movies
Yeah.
since 2000. Well,
and-
yeah, since 2000 going into 2020.
No, really?
Hugh Jackman
Yep.
was Wolverine in all of them except
Logan
one.
was so good.
Yeah, X-Men, X2, X-Men The Last Stand, X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men First Class, The Wolverine, X-Men Days of Future Past, Deadpool, X-Men Apocalypse, Logan, Deadpool 2, Dark Phoenix, and then The New Mutants.
And to think Deadpool's the only thing that's going to survive out of all of those movies
Right.
going forward.
Oh, Logan. Oh, sad.